Good morning, everyone. My name is Louise Golden from Clarity Crafts here in the UK. Welcome to Groovi Tuesday. Hope everybody's well and has had a really good weekend. It was quite a busy weekend for me. I was doing lots of jobs around the house, things that need to get done that you haven't done for a little while. So we kind of have a little spring clean before we put the Christmas decorations up. So we've actually put a garland up on the windowsill. But there's no Christmas tree up, just a garland, because it looks very nice. It's got little lights on. So when you have it in the darkness in the evening, it looks really cozy in there now. So the lovely Jane is in the room with you. So if you have any questions, she'll be there to help you. I hope the sound is good. Okay, perfect. So I think the sound is good. Fingers crossed. So what did everybody get up to the weekend? It's been a bit of a chilly week so far, hasn't it? And last week was chilly. I've been walking to work and I should get some like those big 1920s goggles that you'd wear when you were flying around on your convertible 1920s car or something, because when I'm walking into work my eyes are just streaming because it's so cold. But when you get into work it's nice and warm. It's just like, get a nice cup of tea and just warm up. So yeah, bit of a chilly start, but yeah, it's all good. So yeah, so I hope everybody's good. Sound is fine, thank you, Jane. So yeah, it's been a bit of a busy month so far. We had our open days a couple of weeks ago, so it's just getting everything back together after the open days. Still a bit of tidying away of all of the workshop stuff that's got to be done, but I'll get to that at some point this week or next week. Diana, you're welcome. I'm glad you, I hope your picot cutting is going well. It was lovely to meet you as well. The open days are so lovely because you get to put faces to names that you see all the time on the Groovi Tuesday chat or the Shack or our shows. So it's lovely to put faces to names, and it was really lovely to meet everybody at the open days in the workshop. It was just a really fun couple of days, and if you've never been, I really recommend you come. One is usually in June and one's in November. We always used to have one in June. I don't know when the December one started, but a few years I think it's been, but it's been really well received, and it's a nice little get together just before Christmas, and we have a little bit of carol singing, and there's mince pies, and there's lots of Christmassy goodies and things like that. So yeah, it was really, really good. It's bright and sunny here, but cold. It's weird. It's that winter weather where it's sunny, but it's also freezing cold. But yeah, so that was nice. So it was just really lovely couple of days. It was really lovely to see some of the design team members we don't normally see, and seeing all of the demonstrators. Just really lovely to see everything together. I had a really lovely birthday last Tuesday. I was really it was just a really happy day, and you don't need it's a bit like at Christmas. I don't need presents or anything. It was just such a lovely day to have people, giving me, just a little happy birthday here. And then what happened with the cake last Tuesday, that was really, really lovely. It made my year. It was really, really lovely thought, and it was really unexpected. So, yes, second Christmas open days. Okay, so yeah, so this year was the second. It's a really lovely. I like doing it near Christmas because it starts to feel a bit festive. Kind of opens up the festive spirit in me. So that's why this weekend just gone, we put the Christmas garland up. Just had a really good tidy up in the living room, and had to clean out the rabbit, the guinea pigs. They're done. So yeah, it was just we all kind of gang together, like my mum, my brother, and me, and get all things done together and share out the load. So, but it was a really good weekend. Yeah, it was just getting bits done really. And I also did a little bit of crafting as well, so that was fun as well. So this week, I better get into it now. I've been rabbiting on for a little while. So this week I'm just going to show you a few techniques of what Jane did for her lovely demo piece for the Tina's Easy Layout Christmas plates. So I'm going to show you a little bit. I'm going to finish off the card, the layout, and then I'm going to put a little bit of, I'm going to do a little bit of dawsing and a little bit of using perga colours, a little bit of white work first. And then, yeah, so I think then that should kind of cover us for this week. And then I've done a really enjoyable, really enjoyable piece for Christmas. So next week, I think on Monday is the 1st of December. So on the Tuesday, we can start our Christmas card, and that should tide us over all of December. So it's using Linda's Enchanted Christmas collection. So if I show you the I'll show you the card first, and then I'll show you the plates that I've used for it. So if we go on the overhead, move my bits out of the way. Okay, so I've mainly used, so this is that's the card. So this grid work around here is used from one of the plates, and I'll show you that in a little while. But there's lots of different techniques there. So we're gonna have, that should tide us over for a little while. So yeah, so it's using, I think I've used 3 plates for this. And I will show you the 3 plates that I've used. All 4 plates are really, really lovely. Where did the moon? Oh yeah, the moon there as well. Yeah, all the plates are really, really lovely. Let me, I'll zoom in a little bit. There we go. Aha, that's better. So yeah, so we're using a little bit of the dawsing technique, a bit of the gold gel pen on the lamp there, a little bit of white work for the snow and the little house and everything. And we've got the holly, and I've decoupaged this little bit of holly and put that in the corner because I did this part and I thought, oh, there needs to be something over here as well because there's not any colour over here. So I've put decoupaged some of the holly that's on the plate, just cut it out and put it in the corner there. So that's what we're going to do starting Tuesday for the Enchanted Christmas collection. So I'll show you the 3 plates that I used. So if you wanted to follow along, these are the plates I'm going to show you. So we have this plate. So as you can see, let me move this over. I've used this little boy with the lantern, and obviously I've used the house and the trees and the moon and the snow. Some of the holly I've put in the picture, so it's not overlapping because I haven't used this frame, you see. So I kind of put the holly into the picture and some of the snow markings and everything. Then from the carol sing, that was 42571. The bundle, if you wanted all 4, is 42580. Oh, move that one there, that thing. Oh, there we go. So the carol singers, we've used the lamp. I've used the lamppost and the little dog from the carol singers. So instead of yowling at the carol singers, he's now yowling for something else. I've also used just a little, that's a little bow that I've just tied and put on the roof so it stands out a little bit. So that's yeah, so I've used the lamppost and the little dog. And then from this plate here, that was 42572, the carol singers. And then I've, from this one, I love this plate, this is really lovely. But I also love it because of the lovely, so I've used this border here to create the border design here. And I'll show you how I did that because it's double layered. So it creates, just something like that can create really gorgeous, I mean, it can create a lovely, gorgeous border all on its own anyway. But yeah, so I've used this as a border, doubled it up, and put that around the edge. So those are the 3 plates that we're going to be using for the Groovi Tuesday project. They'll just be a little bit of fun. This is the last plate. I haven't used anything from here, but the hills and mountains is very useful. And I love these deers. I was thinking about putting in a deer here because it would have filled this space, but I thought maybe maybe it would look a little bit too cluttered with lots of different bits. But thinking back on it now, I wish I'd put a little deer in here, because he would have been following the light from the boy with the lantern. I don't know where he's off to. I think I put a little wreath on the door over here, just coloured it in. And I suppose he's going to put a wreath on another door now. Either that, or he's taken one from the back door of that house and is taking it to his house. But this is so useful, and I love this border as well. Really, really handy. And yeah, the stags and the deer is just wonderful for Christmas cards anyway. That would look really, really lovely. And then I love that how there's like little icicles coming down from the trees as well. And I was wondering of whether to put that at the front of there, but I think I got a bit carried away and started to trace out the holly. So, but the tree would have looked nice to come in over here. And if you wanted to do that yourself, then that would look really nice, just having the tree here and then the house would be poking out from behind the tree. So yeah, so those are the plates that we're going to be using for this project starting next Tuesday. So there's pergoliners, there's a gold gel pen. I've used some the sticky ink and the glitter, our lovely pergo glitter, which is really lovely and fine. Decoupage extra holly, and this is actually a little bit of an offcut of the red ribbon that we've been doing, making the wooden heads with the ribbons for the angels. So I had a little bit of red ribbon left over, so I used that on the roof. So yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing. Let me come off of that for a minute. So yeah, so that will keep us busy for a little while. But for today, we're just going to have a little go with Tina's Tina's easy layout plate, and we're going to use a few little techniques and everything. So I thought what we'd do, I'm not sure if I showed you, so let's go back in. There we go. My brain today, I don't know where it's gone. There we go. So yeah, so what have I done with it? There it is. Okay, so this is how far we got to last week. So we're nearly there. We've just got to put the tree in, the heart design and the bauble, and then we can get cracking on some white work. Okay, so I'll just move that to one side, and I've put my plate mate in, and I'll bring the tree in because that's got two elements on. So let's get this tree done. It's a really lovely tree. Where's the masking tape on it? This is my one. There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to use my tumble dryer again just to refresh it. Okay, so where's my Groovi guard? There's my Groovi guard. And where is my Groovi sticker tab? There we go. No, my luck today, it would just go everywhere. This is a really lovely tree. So I'm going to do that in the... There we go. So this is quite easy. So I'm going to come actually in with my number 1 because they're just straight lines. So if I had something a little bit more curvy like the bauble and something else, I might just go in with my number 2 first. But these are very easy just to go in with the number 1, I think. I love this tree. I think it's such a funky little tree. We've got something very, very excited lined up for Friday as well. So I think it's Deborah and Paul are in on Friday. I think it's Deborah. I'm sure I saw that on the website. Deborah and Paul on Friday. Jane, could you check that for me? Just so I'm not saying the wrong thing. Because you never know with me. Could be saying the wrong thing. But I'm sure I saw on the website this morning. But yeah, so on Friday we've got something very exciting lined up. Oh good, I am right. Yay, makes a change. It's nice to be right now and again. So yes, Deborah and Paul on Friday, showing something really, really exciting. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to put the bauble in now. So Jane's done the actual dots as well. Is that the... Oh yeah, it's the bauble. Doy. So yeah, so it's this bauble. Where's the other plate? I've done with the other plate. I think I've forgotten to do something. No. Okay. Looks like Jane has put the dots in. So it looks like the dots are in here. So maybe is it that one? Just trying to work it out. Okay. We're going to put the dots in. I think what's happened is Jane's used the inner border of this and just moved it over a little bit to work it all together. Okay, so let's put that one in. I'm just moving it down. Okay, I'm just going to move it there so I can just join up that line. There we go. So now I can put the bauble in. I'll do the dots in a minute. Come on with my number 2 on this. There we go. This is a really, really lovely plate. I love all of the elements on these. Okay. I'm just going in with my number 2 with this one, so I just find it's just easier for me just to go round the honeycomb. It's nice and easy because it's a bit like a circle. There we go. I'm going to go in with my number 1. There we go. Very pretty border. I like the dots. They're very nice. Okay, so I'm just going to put the dots in now. It'd be easier if I maybe come in a little bit more. That's it. You might be able to see then. Right, so I'm just going to put the dots in. I like a dotty border. Those who have done my my workshops at my courses, sorry, will probably know by now that I like a dotty border. I find they really they infill really nicely. So last little part of the dotty border, so I've got to move it down a little bit. Now I can There we are. So that's the border. So I think that's the last part of the tree. Okay, I'm going to come in with the dove now. There we are. So in this little section here, we've got love. So I'm just going to line that up and put that in. This is the dove plate I'm using. So we've got the love and the bottom section as well that we can put in. Oh. Okay, so that's the love part. And then we're just going to use this section here. So Jane hasn't used these parts. Let me bring that into the center a little bit more. Jane hasn't used these little sections here, but it's just this part here. Oh, Groovi tab's getting stuck. Not helpful. So I'm just going to line it up so it looks central. There you go. I'm going to bring in my Groovi card. So we're going to use a nice big heart. There we go. And then we're just going to do these straight lines all around the outside. There we go. This is quite a funky design. The little dashes. There's the hearts. Really pretty. Do a little bit of white work after this. With the little dots and bits and pieces. I'm just going to come in with my number 1. The dashes. And then perfect. So I think I'll bring that away now. I think we are there. Jane, does it look to you like I've missed anything? I don't think I have. It's a really lovely plates and I like how Jane's mix and match different plates. Gives it a complete. You think you have four plates there. You've got 4 layouts, and then you've got 4 lots of little different bits and pieces that you can put in each panel. I wonder how many different cards you can make with these 4 plates just by just changing one element. Crazy. Right, so let me zoom out a little bit so we can see the whole design now. So there we are. Isn't that nice? And then you could put a little bit of tool work around the outside or leave it plain, cut it out with the guillotine, because the inside is just so beautiful. It wouldn't need anything fancy around the outside. I mean, it's just a really, really lovely design. So I'm going to come in with my Groovi tool, number 3 and 4 now, just to do a little bit of white work. Okay, so complete with little pico bits. I think that's from the Groovi project. Well, off. There you go. Okay, so I've turned it onto the back. Obviously, we emboss. There we are. So there's loads of little embossing parts here. So it looks like Jane's embossed these dots here. And also these ones in this section. I'm just doing one to remind me. There's no white work here, but there is white work So there, and here. These little dots here. And then these ones here. Anywhere else? Oh, mistletoe ones. Anything up in here? I think it's literally just this little dot there for that one. And then the mistletoe over here. And oh, these little ones here too. So that would keep us busy for a little while. Okay, let's start from down here first. So with any kind of embossing dots, I always kind of go up, then across, and then round and round. I find that gives a good little white dot. You come in a little bit. Oh, am I already in? Am I in? There we go. It's better. There we go. So it gives you a nice little white dot, and you don't get any donuts then. So I just carry on doing this section. There we go. So looked on my phone again and to see what National Day it was today. So Thanksgiving actually is coming up soon. I think it's Thursday. So for anybody that celebrates Thanksgiving out there, I know a friend who's Canadian who lives in England, and she celebrates Thanksgiving, has a turkey and everything. I think that's so lovely. She always books Thursday off, and you know, I think then they have like a second dinner probably at the weekend if it's during the week. So obviously we don't have bank holidays for Thanksgiving over here, but they do in America and probably Canada. Don't know where else celebrates Thanksgiving. I know it's America and Canada. I think there are some other parts of the world that celebrate Thanksgiving as well. There's always a lot to be thankful for. There we go. So that's I've done the embossed dots in that section there. So I'll work up and I'll do these big dots now. So again, with these, you definitely want to go up and down all the way across. I kind of go all the way across with my up and down, then all the way side to side, and then I'll finish off by doing the round and round. So up and down, side to side, and round and round. Okay, nice big dots, chunky ones. Yeah, so sorry, the national days today, I was looking on the list, it's National Shopping Reminder Day, because it's the 25th. So we've got a month until Christmas Day. So how crazy is that? I remember when we started the 100 Days to Christmas countdown, and now we're on, what is it, 30? That is just utterly madness. I went into Greg's this morning to get myself a little naughty thing, and I heard my first Christmas song. So, but apparently everybody downstairs doing the picking is like, oh, we listened to our first Christmas song ages ago, because they listen to the radio downstairs. Don't have a radio upstairs, so it's I don't hear it. So we have done those dots there. So okay. Okay. Got nice little mistletoes. So with these, because the berries are behind each other, what I tend to do is I do my full circle here, and then I kind of do little C shapes. Then that kind of gives the illusion that there's a shadow. So that's the one at the front, and then you've got two behind. Looks like a little nose, and it looks like one of the people from Sesame Street or something with two eyes on their nose. It's official, I'm going loopy. Okay, so I'm just doing the mistletoes there, the berries, and then do my little C motion. So we got a nice little berry. And then the little berries coming behind with the little, so big berry at the front, and then little C motions behind. And that gives you that little shadows behind the berries. So where are we at now? So if I bring Jane's beautiful card in, so I've done my dots here. You can't really see mine. There we go. Dots are here. I've done the dots. These ones here. There's no white work apart from that little dot I did at the front there. On there, I've done the mistletoes. So all I've got left to do is these ones, and these ones and these ones. So quite a lot. But because they're little ones, they won't take too long actually. So at 2 p.m. today, we have a really great show using our lovely poppets. We have the Groovi plates on this afternoon, as well as that lovely printed parchment, which is really, really brilliant. And it takes all of this, it really is wonderful. You have the black line art, and then you have some that are coloured. And you can put white work behind them, you can put colour, so it's really up to you, and they look really, really lovely. And then that means with the printed parchment, for example, you can then use your grid borders, all of that sort of stuff to make it even better. So the printed parchment is always very, very handy, and there are some really beautiful cards using the printed parchment. And then of course we're going to use the Groovi plates as well. So I'm using a lovely demo that's been created by someone special. I'm not sure who. So I'm going to be using one of the demos that's already been around, just to have a little bit of a groovy session this afternoon. And yeah, they've got some really lovely Christmas poppets. So if you are stuck and you're thinking, oh, I can't get all of these Christmas cards done, but if you're a parchment lover, then the printed parchment is a really brilliant idea, because it's already, some of them are already coloured, or you've got the black line art where you could put the white work in, and then you're kind of sorted. You don't need to stress about trying to get it all done. So I've done the embossed dots there. So I've just got one here and just one there. And then we just got our mistletoe. So do our proper embossed dot there. Then our little C shape to So I've got a C shape there too. Okay, I've got my little bus dot, my little C shapes. Can't really see this one, but we'll give the illusion of it. Oh yeah, so another national day is a National Parfait Day. I looked at the picture as well, they look really, really nice. And then it's National Play Day with Dad, which is really, really lovely for children. So yeah. There we go. So that's all the white work done. Let me come out a little bit so we can see. Really makes everything pop when you put some white work in it. Okay, so now we can have a little bit of fun with colour. So as you can see on Jane's lovely creation, there's some green and then there's some pink, which is on one of her finished samples. You can see it best because it's on pink, you can't really see it, but this is the lovely, the next step, the last stage that Jane creates. And, you know, there's really a lot of work that goes into these because you see all these, like you have the main piece, and that takes a while. And then you have the piece that's more or less nearly finished. And then you have all of these stages that we have to do. And it means that we can move on to the next stage. So, you know, otherwise you wouldn't get through a parchment card in one sitting, in one demo. So we're going to do the dorsing colour first, and then we can come in with the perga colours. So this is when our little dorso crayon's gone. So Jane's used the pink from the lively colours, and then has used this lovely sage green colour from the earthy colours. And the earthy colours has some really good colours. So you've got the white and the black, so you can then make pastels out of all of these colours with the white. Then you have some really lovely natural browns, some greens, and like a really lovely pinky colour, which you can mix with a little bit of the brown for the skin colours. So you have all of your skin colours that you want to create, and you can use the lovely peach colour as well, and all these lovely browns that you can mix with that as well. So there's some really lovely colours. So those are the dorsing colours. Okay, so I'll start with the pink. So you can what you can do is you can hold on, you can mix on your mat. So this is a mix mat. We have one for oils and one for water. I'm just going to add in a little bit of dorsing there. That's a dorsoil. I mix a bit of that in, and then I get my tissue, and not the tumble dry sheet, which I almost did. So I have just a normal tissue here, which I am kind of going to. The lucky thing is I can reuse this and use different sides. So what I want to do is I kind of want to create just a little cone. It doesn't have to be too precise because it's going to be large areas. And also you might want to have like a little white eraser pencil in as well, just so if you do go over the edges, it's not so, you can let it dry and then you can use your eraser pencil. So it's not so bad. Okay, so we want let's do over the pink. You can also use your blending pen as well. So it doesn't actually matter. Let me just come in with some more. Another thing you can do is you can also scribble your colour onto your piece. So you've got choices. So I need to come in with a bit more pink, I think. Mix it in with the oil. There we go. The Dorso crayons really last a long time as well. So I'm not too bothered that I'm going over the side, because I can always come in with my raised pencil. I'm going up to the tree. And you can come in with darker colours as well. Where's my pink? Where's it gone? Oops. Yeah, more pink. It's quite warm in the studio. It's cold outside, but it's warm in the studio. There we go. So you've got that lovely hint of pink, which you can go back and you can add some more colour in. The other option is you can come in with your, let me put it, I don't want to put that on the table. You can come in with your blending pen, a little bit of dorsal. Come in with your blending pen. And you can use the side of your blending pen also crayon. Very long time too. So I'm just using the side. So blending pens are good because you can get into some little corners like that. But then you can use the side of it and go over a larger area. So always very, very handy. There we go. So I'm just finishing off with that part, and you can then, okay, that's nice. And where else are we putting it? Putting it over this part as well. There you go. It's really a really lovely pink, this is. There we go. The pink and the purple together makes a really lovely colour as well. Have a play with the Dorso crayons. There we go. So go a bit more pink. Yeah, so the nice thing is with the Dorso crayons is they, you can use the blending pen with them and get into some fine details, and you'll be surprised what colours you can make out of just these few colours that you have with the Dorso crayons. And they're not just good for parchment as well. You can use them in stamping projects. They're oil pastels, so they work in the same way. So that's green, that's green. That's pink up there. So I'll just put some pink up there too. There we go. Nice. And then, so that's green. Anything pink here? Oh, the love pink. Obviously the love's pink. Obviously that. Okay, so there we go. There we go. We've got our pink. Okay, you can go back in and put some more in if you wanted to. There we go. Nice. So when that evaporates, it will kind of, you can see it's still semi, it hasn't evaporated yet. But you can kind of go over with your tissue and blend a little bit more. Right, so, okay. Then we can come on with this lovely sage green colour. Where's my mixer? Oh, there it is. What it's doing over there. Oh, wrong side. Isn't that a lovely green? Look at that green. I love that green. I'd make a really lovely nail colour, actually. Right, so I'm going to get my other blending pen just to mix that all together. Okay, so we've got the green in this border here. Oh, look at that. That's a lovely colour. And so you can use your blending pen just to get right into the little nook there. Okay. And that is, there we go. Beautiful green. Okay, so that will be up there as well. Nice, right into the little nook. There we go. And then we'll do it in a little dotty effect here. Nice. But these colours go really lovely together. They look really nice. Yeah, so those were the national days, and it's nice to have a Thanksgiving. That'd be lovely. So the green's going to go into this bauble area. I'll go around the bauble. What I'll do is I'll go around the bauble, but I'm going to still go over the bows. Doesn't matter so much. So the really outside border, you are going to have some glitter. So it won't really matter what colour you put behind it. But if you wanted to, you could put a colour behind it and then the glitter kind of shines through the colour. So say you wanted a pink border all the way around, you put the glitter over and it would look like a really lovely glittery pink. So depending on what you wanted, a little bit more colour here, you could have really nice bright pink colour and it would look really nice because it would look like pink glitter then. That's a lovely thing about our glitter that we have, it shines the colour behind. There we go. So last one is the border. With my blending pen, I'm going to go around the hearts. Because I've got my blending pen, so it means I can get into all of the little bits and pieces and go around. And I'm just doing like little circular motions, which kind of blends the colour really nicely. It's a lovely colour. There we go. Really nice with some glitter in a minute. There we go. Okay. Oh, just this one here now. I'll just go around the heart because that's going to have pink in it. Nice little background colour, really. There we go. Perfect. And then we're going to come in with some perga colours in a little while. There we go. So that's the dorsing done. It gives a really lovely background colour because then you can come in with your perga colours, which we're going to do in a second, and make a few bits and pieces stand out. So what I thought I'd do first is let's get a little bit of pink on this. Yeah, so we got there so far. We can boost it with a little bit of pink. So this is number 6. I keep on opening the wrong end. So just coming in with the lovely bright pink. So you won't want to go over your dorsing with too much with the perga colours because it's still a bit wet. And obviously it doesn't react well with the oil. But I'm going around and doing little bits. Obviously you've got more time at home, so you can wait for it to dry. So let's go do these lovely pink flowers. Flowers? The hearts. Maybe a dingbat. A lovely bright pink. There's also a really lovely light pink in the perga colours as well, if you wanted to use that. I want these to stand out a bit. Let me come up in a little bit. There we go. Just enjoying the colouring process. I love a bit of colouring. Sometimes wish there were more hours in the day. To do crafting. There we go. So I've done they're nice and bright. Let's put them in here. I think this is a bit darker than the pink that Jane used, but it's a little bit different. I think before the show I used the wrong demo for the perga colours, so I have all the wrong perga colours out. However, it's original. No two cards are the same. So there's it. And that looks really nice. And then where else can I put pink? There we go. Let's put it on the star because that looks like what Jane's done. Nice pink there. Where else can I put pink? Let's put pink in here. I'll put them in here as well. There we go. Put that in there. How's it looking? There we go. No, you're right. There is never enough hours in the day. What I'm going to do for the tree, I'm going to use a lighter pink. I'm going to use this pink. What's this pink called? This is number 8. So I'm going to use this on the tree. So every so often, just going to of pink in the tree. Nice. There's some really lovely greens in the perga colours as well, so just so that really nice ones. Here we go. So, nice. Cool. And now I'm going to come in with green. What green should I come in? I'm going to come in with this. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. No, I'm not. I'm going to come in with number 30, I think. See how that looks. I'll put it at the bottom. Well, at least it'll make the tree stand out anyway. Try and keep it in the lines. There we go. Make the tree stand out. Let's check and see if my head's in the way, but it's not. Oh, hello, Glennis. Glennis has shown up to the party. How are you, Glennis? You all right? So nice you can just have like all of your groovy friends and you can just... It's so lovely. I'm laughing because I can hear Sue's having a laugh with someone downstairs and I can hear her from up here. It's funny. Sue's having a good time. Whoever you are that's speaking to her on the phone, you've made her laugh. There we go. So there's the tree. Yeah, that's all right now. Okay, so I'm going to come in with number 16 for the mistletoe, I think. There we go. Mistletoe. So looks like my dorsing from these sections is almost dry, so it's not so bad. Need a bit of colour. And obviously on the borders as well, lovely Jane's put some glitter, so you can have fun with some glitter. There we go. So it's just been nice to spend some time doing a little bit of a... And it's nice to have a couple of weeks of looking over one of Jane's demos because, you know, everybody does work so hard when it comes to their demos and everything. It'd be a shame not to show them off. So yeah, so let me come out of it. I mean, we're near the end now. So colouring is stumped by a small rectangle. There we go. So when you're finished, it will look something. Where's that gone then? Oh, it is here. It's above me. It will look like this. So you can trim around it or use your tool work, whatever you fancy, whatever you've got time for. This is quite a really lovely Christmas card it's a very contemporary Christmas card, isn't it? So Jane's put some lovely glitter around the edges and around the border. You can go nuts with a bit more glitter if you wanted to. But yeah, so that's lovely Jane's creation with her finished card. Let's bring in her finished card. There we go. So it smells very nice orangey in here now with the door all open. There we go. So yeah, so we got our lovely card that was created by Jane for a demo for Christmas for one of the shows a couple of weeks ago on Hobby Maker. So that is that. That is number 2. Okay. Yeah, so that's that one. So I'll just remind everybody what we're going to be doing next week. So this is what we're going to be doing starting next week. So we're using 3 of the new Linda's Enchanted Christmas plates. We've got the I can't remember what they are actually. I think That's called Alpine Village, and I'm using the border from this. I know that's called Alpine Village. This one is Carol Singers, which is 42572. So I'm using the lamppost and the dog from this plate. And then the background is Linda's Enchanted Christmas Children. So yes, so that is the third plate that we're going to be using. So all 3 plates. However, if you've got the whole bundle already and it's on its way to you, you could use a tree here instead of the holly, and you could have it like looking into a scene. So have that section that would be open, and you can make the card larger if you wanted to. So those are the 4 plates, or the 3 plates that we'll be using. All 3 plates are absolutely lovely. So I've done a little bit of decoupage, which is coming off now. Sit down. Used a lovely little bit of drawstring, or using the pergoliners behind to create that light. Some of the lovely holly. Then we're going to do a little bit of white work for the snow. So yeah, so lots of exciting things. So that will take us all of December, I'd say. So that's good. So we're doing a nice little Christmassy project in Groovi Tuesday up until the 25th or 20th. Is it Groovi Tuesday 22nd, 23rd of December, I think. So that would take us up to there anyway. And then we can start a new project. But that's where we're at now. So that's what we're going to be doing starting next Tuesday. So I hope everybody will enjoy that project. Let me come back on here now. So at 2 p.m, Paul and myself will be back for a show for the Groovi poppets and the printed parchment poppets as well. So there's really, really lovely plates as well. So definitely come back at 2 p.m. to watch what we get up to then. And then on Friday, we have the lovely new designs that were launched, I think, on open day. So everybody will be able to see them now on Friday with Deborah and Paul, 10 and 2 on Friday. Yes. So I hope you can come back at 2 p.m. Thank you to the lovely Jane for answering any questions, putting in the links up and doing all your fabulous stuff in the background there. And I hope to see everybody at 2 p.m. Have a lovely rest of your week. Take care. Bye.